In this demo, we will create objectives and test steps for a project. Objectives are goals you need to achieve to accomplish your project. Work steps are actions you or your team will perform to reach those objectives. Let's see how you can create these items. Click Projects in the sidebar to access the project and project template listings. Select Projects to access your list of projects. Projects can be organized by groups. Click the drop-down arrow to expand a project group to view all projects within it. Click a specific project to work in it. Expand the planning menu to reveal project planning sections. Click Scope, Controls, Framework Requirements, and Objectives. You use objectives to detail the goals and stages of your project. Groups facilitate logical organization. You can create groups, objectives, and work steps manually or through importing them. In this example, let's create them manually. Click Create Group to create a new group to organize objectives. Enter a name for your objective group. For this example, we will use AP for an accounts payable project. For a complex project, you could further categorize your objectives and groups by placing them within other groups. For this example, let's keep it simple and create an independent group by leaving this field blank and not selecting another group. Click Create to add your new group. Our new group is empty, so let's click Create Objective to define a new goal for our project. Enter a name for your new objective. You can also provide a detailed description for your objective, but this is not required. In this example, we will go ahead and add one. Now assign your new objective to the relevant group using the drop-down menu. Let's select the AP group we created a moment ago as the objective group to organize related objectives together. Specify the work step or steps required to achieve this objective. You will be able to provide details and supporting evidence for each work step, but the objective will group all work steps under a single approval in the workflow of your project. You can type or cut and paste in your details from another source. For this example, I will paste in the work step details. Once you enter the details of your work step, you must click the plus button to include the new work step as part of your objective. If you do not, and just click Create, the work step will not be saved in the objective. Click Create to add the completed objective and its work steps to your project. Let's put an additional objective in the group, repeating the same steps. You can, and most likely will, need to add multiple work steps per objective, so let's add a second work step to this one. Don't forget to use the Add button to save your work step. You can use the drag handle to reorder work steps and arrange them in your preferred sequence. Once you have all the work steps you want entered, saved, and ordered, finalize the creation of your objective by clicking Create. Let's look at our new objectives. Click the drop-down to expand the AP group. Scroll through objectives to view more items and details not immediately visible. Expand the testing section to access the details of the tests, sample sets, and testing approval pages. Open Test to access the project's objective groups and objectives we created. Expand the AP section to quickly view its objectives, objective descriptions, associated controls, and testing status, including percentage complete. Click the drop-down to expand the objective to view and edit the work steps, results, and associated documentation. You can click multiple drop-down menus to access several objectives simultaneously. Let's do that now and see how we can scroll through two at a time. Click on the arrow again to collapse the content. If you want to add or remove entire work steps, right-click anywhere in the row. Let's click Add a row below to create a new row in the work steps table. You could also add the row above the current row instead, or delete the row entirely. To edit or enter a new or existing work step, click in the relevant cell. You can type or cut and paste the content you want to add. In this example, I will paste in the language I want, then scroll down to where I can save my edits. You must click Save to retain your changes. Once you click Save, a message will pop up to confirm your successful update. Let's delete the work step we just created to practice that functionality. Right-click the row you want to delete. Click Delete Row. You can also add or edit content in any of the other cells in a similar manner. The result field has an extra feature that provides an AI-suggested edit of your results if you click this button. Thank you for completing the Create and Organize Project Objectives and Work Steps demo. For additional examples, please see our video on how to create test steps, both through upload and manual entry.